The thing with food allergies and things like that, obviously during the first couple of months of development, if you're not getting enough calories, then you're not going to have good development. Your brain doesn't have the proteins and fats it needs to kind of make those neural connections during those early developmental years. So if you have a true food allergy, or if you're on some sort of very restricted diet, my concern is always, are you getting enough calories? And going back to the importance of the well visits, which is monitoring that weight. If you're persistently underweight for your age and your length, then that kind of puts me or makes me concerned that you might be at risk for developmental delays. Now that being said, I know in my experience as an ABA therapist,
just to be clear,
sure.
So the lack of enough calories could potentially
put you at risk
for developmental delay.
Correct, because you're just not getting enough calories to get enough of that glucose in your brain to build up all the fats to make up all the neural connections between the axons and nerves and whatnot. So that's my biggest concern whenever kids are put on these special diets. Now, if they're gaining weight and they're doing fine, it kind of really almost doesn't matter what you feed your child, whether it's formula, breast milk, baby food, whatever, as long as they're fed and growing properly and they're not becoming too overweight, because that confers its own risks. Completely different. But as I was kind of segueing on my experience as an ABA therapist, a lot of these parents who are desperate enough put their kids on these kind of fad diets, gluten-free, casein-free, dye-free. That's not necessarily medically indicated because they don't have any sort of true allergy to any of these things. If that's the case, then again, you're putting your child at risk for becoming underweight. And even at 5 years old, you're still making a lot of developmental neurological connections and whatnot. So being severely underweight during that age too can still potentially have developmental risks. So
underweight is nothing to joke about. That's not
right.
That's serious.
Yeah. So you definitely don't want your child to be underweight. So I would be cautious about following these fad diets, especially the ones that are very restrictive. So obviously like gluten, casein, and vegan and all that stuff. If you're able to find a way to keep your child well nourished, and if you feel that it works, then great. But there hasn't been any sort of study that shows that any of these fad diets work. And I've actually had a couple of kids as an ABA therapist who did chelation therapy, which is the theory behind heavy metals in the blood is causing you to have symptoms of autism. So they undergo like these almost like, I guess, I don't want to say they're blood transfusions, but definitely chelation therapy is strictly if you have heavy metals in your blood. And there's if you don't have that, then you're just kind of messing up all the electrolytes that's in your system, and that can also confer all sorts of badness as well. So definitely be wary about the complementary alternative medicines and treatments for autism. Just always consult with your doctor first before trying any introducing new substances that haven't been FDA approved or anything like that. And feed your kids. This is a big thing. So,
yeah.